Come around is when I feel like I'm safe and sound. Why does it have to be that way? Every single day I feel this way.
My heart froze, my shit ice cold, Trey Young. And you know I wear my heart on my sleeve. You hitting all the reads, pack your shit like you finna leave. I go and hide your keys, put you in position to win. Bless you without a speed, bust you down in all the VV. Yeah, we was getting cheap. Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs. I thought we really was one. My heart cold like Trey Young. Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs. I thought we really was one. My heart cold like Trey Young.
She ice cold, Trey Young. Come around is when I feel like I'm safe and sound. Why does it have to be that way? Every single day I feel this way.
My heart froze, my shit ice cold, Trey Young. And you know I wear my heart on my sleeve. You hitting all the reads, pack your shit like you finna leave. I go and hide your keys, put you in position to win. Bless you without a sneeze, bust you down in all the VV. Yeah, we was getting cheap. Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs. I thought we really was one. My heart cold like Trey Young. Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs. I thought we really was one. My heart cold like Trey Young.
She ice cold, Trey Young.
Yo. What's good, gang? It's your dog, Damon, in the building, man. We Talk House TV. Listen, I'm sure y'all heard the news, man. Trey Young is out for a minimum of 4 weeks. A minimum of 4 weeks, man. In the words of the great Snoop Dogg, if it ain't one thing, it's a mother freaking other. Right? We have been destroyed this year with injuries. Just absolutely hammered. Listen, man. This season right here, man, has been a total fucking disaster. This season has been fucking awful. And I don't at this point, I don't even care what lens you look at it from. Nobody, well, except the homeboy B. I forgot how you say his name, like Bogolu or something like that. Besides him, nobody thought we was gonna be this awful. I think a lot of us was trying to be positive with Trey Young, with Murray, with Quinn Snyder, and with Trae being out for 4 weeks. It's just the icing on the cake of just a fucking awful season. Just awful. Okay, yeah, okay, Kareem. I give you your credit, Kareem. I give you your credit. I will give you your credit, Kareem. And Kareem. But we can all agree. This season has been a fucking disaster, dog. Sorry, I'm not on my camera, man. You know, we got a game today. I just threw this show together real quick, man, just to get some things off my chest. And it's just like, salute to the homeboy Larry in the building, man. Dixon Way in the building. Tap in with the homeboy Larry. Like Larry say, we both stream Hawk games. So you can watch me and Larry at the same time. You know what the fun part about watching me and Larry at the same time? you're probably gonna get the same damn reactions. But man, listen, man, this season has been a fucking disaster, dog. Just awful. I mean, let me keep it real. Let me tell y'all something real quick. When you see me on Twitter, don't pay attention to me on Twitter. Okay. I give all my real thoughts, my real sane, logical opinions here. On Twitter, I just be fucking around on Twitter. But salute to the homeboy Rail in the building from We Talk Mass, my guy. Salute to the homeboy Div in the building. But this season's been a fucking disaster, dog. Just think about it. You get rid of John Collins, that wasn't a problem. That didn't fix shit. You get Quinn Snyder, that didn't fix shit. I mean, you draft Kobe Buffkin, he don't play. You get AJ Griffin, he regresses. Quinn don't play him. You get to the trade deadline, you make no moves. The fan base don't know the direction that the organization is trying to go in. This season, it's just been a fucking mess, man. And you know what, man? I'm at the point, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all, man. You know, I keep it real right here on We Talk Hawks, man. I keep it way too real. I cannot wait for this fucking season to be over with. I really can't, man. I cannot wait for this season to end. Because the Atlanta Hawks, we are a poorly ran organization. You could put blame on this season. Not even this season, man. You could put blame the past decade, bro. It's always something with this organization under the Tony Ressler ownership. It's always something. And the fact that, let's be real, if you follow this team for a minute, what's happening? It's nothing new. It ain't nothing new. Okay? It's nothing new, man. We out here. The roster has been substandard since the roster's been awful since the 60 win team. It's been fucking awful. Let's keep it a buck. You got Trey Young out there. I mean, and we ain't put nobody beside him in 6 years. It's so much blame to go around for the past decade, man. Like it just wears on you as a fan. And I know a lot of the people I talk to, like on Twitter, a lot of have not been Hawks fans for a long time. It's a couple that I deal with, that I talked to that's been Hawks fans for, got a decade plus in this struggle as a Hawks fan. Decade in, man. And to see Trey Young get hurt, to see us go get Quinn Snyder, right? You go get Quinn Snyder. First of all, let me start over. You fire Travis Link, or he quit, however you want to put it. You get rid of Nate McMillan. You go get Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder comes in and he plays. You get rid of John Collins. Quinn Snyder comes in for half a season. And people was telling me that he came in so he could get a good assessment of the team. He comes in, we play a tough series against Boston, considering we was out. I don't even know if that's the word, out talented. They had more talent than we did. We tried to hang with them. We go into the offseason and we address absolutely nothing. We address no need. What need did we address in the offseason? We addressed absolutely nothing. You got rid of John Collins, that saved us some money, but we didn't replace him. Not even, and even if you say Jalen Johnson is a replacement, we didn't replace him with a decent backup. And now we're complaining about we don't have no wing depth. Okay, the season starts. I get excited because Trey Young excited, so it got me excited. Man, it's just so disappointing, man. And and I know a lot of our younger fans, they understand why I be so angry and so upset. And I be in the spaces and they talking about we gonna get this pick, and I'm upset because you gonna get the pick and do what? What are we gonna do with this pick? And that goes back to what? It goes back to the direction of the organization. If I knew we was rebuilding from scratch, then I could get behind something like that, because guess what? Because I know that whoever we draft, they're gonna play. You know, um, I know, Div. I said that. I said it, but the Hawks didn't feel. They didn't think whatever the deal was with the Mavericks. Because like I said, I don't care what contract we had to take back for Clint Capella. I would have did it and got that pick. But it's water under the bridge now. Nothing we could do about it. Y'all up there living the life with the young center. So now you fast forward to today, man. You fast forward to today. Trey Young is out for the next 4 weeks minimum, which is legit because he messed up a ligament, which we know ligaments take longer to heal than almost everything. I think they take longer to heal almost sometimes than a damn bone does. But now we're at this predicament now. And it's like, what me myself, I can't get behind tanking, right? I can't get behind losing on purpose, because in reality, the only thing tanking guarantees you is you get a draft pick. That's it. It don't guarantee you that the person you pick, first of all, it doesn't guarantee you that the person you want you're going to get, unless you get the number 1 overall pick, which we're probably not going to get. Then it doesn't guarantee you that the person you draft, it's going to be the person you think we need. Then if he is, you still have to wait 1 to 2 years for the young player to develop. So, I mean, nothing is going our way, man. Nothing is going our way. Now, all I'm hoping for now is that our team is competitive. You got Murray, you got Bogey, Hunter, and like I said, I post on Twitter. I said, now we're gonna see if Quinn Snyder really can coach, because without Trey Young, which we know DeJounte Murray he's not when it comes to that point guard position, Trey Young clears him by a lot. The vision, the passes that he can make. So Quinn Snyder gonna have to adjust. He's gonna have to not be stubborn, and he's gonna have to make some adjustments to his game plan. He's gonna have to make some adjustments to his game plan, and hopefully we can get some results. At this point, I'm just at the spot where I just want us to compete. So tonight against Magic, I just want us to compete, not get blown out, not get embarrassed, right? And that's it, and that's basically it, man. It's just another year of disappointment. It's another year of disappointment. Um, we got to see if hopefully he play Kobe Buffkin. And it's just a bad position to be in. We don't got cap space. We in a bad position right now. So now let me talk about what I would like to see, man. Without Trey Young in the game, first of all, we are missing 27 points and we're missing 10 assists. So what's that? You're missing 47 points from Trey Young, right? Where we gonna get that from? Who's gonna be the guys to step up? You know, is it gonna be Jalen Johnson? Can Jalen Johnson for the rest of the season take that 15 points per game that he's averaging and turn it into 20? Can Murray take the 21 that he's averaging and turn that to 25? Can Sadiq Bey take that 13? Can Hunter take that 13 and turn it to 18 or 19? On the defense, that's my main concern. On the defensive side, can we improve defensively without Trey Young? We're gonna have a good display. Excuse me. We're gonna have a great sample size right now. So everybody who is anti-Trey Young, we're gonna see, does our defense improve? I said in the space, I think the defense points per game, I think we could get it down from 122 to maybe 118, 117. But I mean, I'm just at this point, I'm just guessing because I don't even know how Quinn Snyder is gonna play these players. I would love to see Kobe Buffkin get hella minutes, but is Patty Mills available? Because we know that Quinn Snyder will play a veteran over the young players. This really sucks, man. This really sucks. Because y'all know all I want to do is win. I just want to win. And unlike others, I don't really care about the draft pick. I'd rather make the playoffs. I'd rather make the play-in. That's just me. That's just me. I don't expect nobody to agree with that. I know I can see it's legit reasons why I can see why people say lose the rest of the games, right? If this was the NFL, if the draft was ran like the NFL, then I would be all for it. Tanking. Because in the NFL, you draft the order you finish in. But I mean, what's the point for us lose? I mean, it's a chance we could lose these games and you end up picking 12th or 13th. And then it's all for nothing. But it's also a chance you could lose these games and end up picking, if the basketball gods look out for it, end up picking 1, 2, or 3, which we saw that. We've seen that with the Lakers. We've seen that with the Magic when the odds the odds wasn't in their favor. So we have seen teams with the odds not in their favor end up with a top 1, 2, 3 pick. But what I also notice is those teams also lost their star player. Did the NBA have something to do with that? Who knows? But I can tell you right now, guys, it's going to be some serious decisions that need to be made within this organization. Real serious and hard decisions will be made. We don't really have a choice. We really don't have a choice. So I don't know how we are going to. I don't know what's the plan. I don't know what the organization what their goals were for this season, but I'm sure they've changed. So I don't know what they're going to do now. All I can do is speculate like everybody else, because like y'all, I'm just a fan. But I mean, regardless of whatever we got going on, y'all know one thing: I'm gonna be here watching these damn games. Though that's one thing I can't stop doing. We could suck. I'm gonna be my black ass gonna be right here watching my Hawks, and I'm still me as a fan. I still expect my team to go out there and compete and try to win these games. Granted, we in an awful situation right now, awful. But I still expect my team to go out there and compete and try to win these games. Um, but I wouldn't put no money on it. The Hawks already cost me $150. They already cost me $150, man. So we got a game in 3.5 hours, man. It ain't looking that State Farm Arena might be empty from now on, man. There's no Trey Young. It's no. Oh, I know who's gonna be upset. I guess Kool-Aid ain't going to no more games since he ain't gonna be able to see 25 points and 5 logo threes. So I guess Kool-Aid done with the Hawks for the season. I'm gonna drop the link, man. If anybody want to come up here, you want to voice your thoughts, your opinions, man, good or bad, come holler at me, man. I didn't plan on being up here for long because we got a game tonight and we got a post game live show today also. But there's the link if you want to come up and voice your thoughts on what you think. What you think the Hawks should do. What's your expectations without Trey Young? What's your expectations from Quinn Snyder when it comes to playing a Kobe Buffkin, playing a Seth Lundy? Is AJ gonna get called back up? It's hard out here in these streets, man. It's hard out here in the street. We got the homeboy Larry in the building, man. What's good, man?
Bruh. Man, yeah, I looked at my phone. I was like, you got to be kidding me, bro. You absolutely got to be kidding me. The way this season went, and just like you said, man, we ain't going nowhere. We still going to be, commentating these games. But yeah, man, that's a blow. Now, I look at it like this. There's no excuse. Everybody say that Trey is the reason why we have bad defense. We get rid of him. Our defense is going to be magically better. Even though our coach has shown no propensity to even worry about the defensive side. He's always saying we didn't get enough shots up. We were missing shots. At the end of each press conference, he's talking about what we made or miss. Did the ball move or did it get stale? He's never talking about our defensive stop. You know what I'm saying? Unless someone get hurt like Yucca Kongu or Clint Capella. And then that's his excuse. Well, we don't have our dominant big in the middle. We don't even have the backup. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I don't want none of these guys. Rashad with the bad mic. I want all y'all. Everyone that said we'll be better without Trey Young, and this team fundamentally, if you take Trey Young off this team and build from there, that we're going to be better. The streets is watching, bro. The streets is watching. I don't know what we're going to do, but just like you said, 27 and 11 is coming off the table. So I still think that he aggravated that injury when he got, illegal pick. And he had to brace himself when he rolled down, 20 feet down the court for that illegal pick that they didn't call nothing. That Coach Quinn finally grew some cojones and actually got a double technical foul. About the most emotion I seen him all season in a Hawks uniform, wearing his red spectacles. My bad. So, yeah, we'll see, man. Maybe we fall down. Uh, I don't think this is a blessing in disguise because you never want your guy to go down. Uh, also, if this coach don't play Kobe and Seth Lundy more, get him up out of here. He don't deserve to be our coach. I'm sorry,
Well,
not sorry.
we about to see now, man. What's
Yep.
good, Darian?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Shit, some dark times right now, baby.
Always as a Hawks fan. I mean, like, that ain't nothing new. Yo, so
Oh man, I be thinking we done turned that corner, man, and it's always something, man.
Trae being hurt, that's we're gonna see. I mean, we're gonna see what they do with DJ and Kobe. I mean, Trae's gonna be here. That's just gonna kill that almost kills any hope though. Like you said, we're losing 27 and 11, but not just that. Think about the spacing that Trae provides. DJ ain't gonna provide that same spacing.
Right, because he don't take threes like that.
Yeah, so
He
it's
don't
gonna
pass
kill
lobs
that.
like that either. How Clinton go score?
Yo, this honestly might secure Clint being traded this offseason. I think it's gonna happen anyway, but this might go ahead and put the nail in that. I was gonna ask y'all, man, did y'all hear the interview that they did with Steve Koonin on the radio on Friday? I think Friday or Thursday or something.
I missed
Nah,
it.
what update us? What they say?
All right, so the main question they asked was how much of Quinn's game plan has actually been implemented this season. So according to Steve, pretty much the excuse he gave was Quinn and Landry don't have their roster yet.
So
they can't really do what Quinn wants to do.
so
All right, so
when do they plan on getting the roster?
Bro, I have
wasn't he
no
brought
idea.
in early so they could do that?
Yep.
I have no idea.
That's why he came in. That's why he came in after the All-Star break to assess the team, right? To assess the team and then make moves, right? So I was told when I brought that up, fans told me that the only move they was going to do was go after Siakam. That's what they tell me. When I say, well, how come they didn't do nothing? They tell me, well, they tried to get Siakam. And I'm like, that's it? That was the only person he wanted to go to try to add to this team to help whatever he's trying to do, you know? So, I mean, listen.
Yeah, according to them.
I really don't listen to Steve Koonin because he's not a basketball guy. He's a TV guy. I'm not going to sit here and say that. Obviously, he got access to everybody, right? But is that him not having his players? How long are we going to use that excuse for? So,
bro, I don't know. I have no idea.
This off season? So when they do this off season, say they don't make a major move, and say we come out and we struggle again, we're a 500 team. Is that excuse still going to be valid? You know what I'm saying? Because people they'll tell you, really for a coach, which is true if we was like if Quinn came here and we was rebuilding the team, right? But we're not supposed to be rebuilding. People told me we're not rebuilding.
No, they said top 6. They said top 6 in the offseason. The goal is top 6. That's what they told us.
Mm-hmm.
And we obviously not making that because that cost me $150.
And your beard.
No, not that one.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Not that one. Hey, you can call me a reneg or whatever. You call me whatever on that one, Larry. I'll take whatever name you give me. This beard ain't coming off, player. It ain't coming off. Hell no. But so how long? See, I wish somebody would have did a follow up and say, well, how long is it going to take him to get his players? One, and then my next follow up question is, what type of players is Quinn Snyder looking for?
Bogey.
What about is Kobe a Quinn player? Is Seth Lundy a Quinn player? Because if they are, why are they not playing? A lot of the stuff to me don't add up. So like if
Wait
if
a
I
minute now.
believe
Wait a
if
minute.
I
Wait a minute.
what
Darren, can you repeat that one more time?
How you gonna tell the host to shut up when he?
No, I didn't say shut up. I would never use that word.
No, Matt, you know Matt my guy.
I'm just messing with you, man.
Can
What's up,
you repeat that one more time?
What up, real quick? What up, Matt? What up, Ashley?
Hey, y'all hear this? Hold on.
Oh,
Y'all
that
hear
man
that?
taking a piss.
What was that? Some water?
That was the season going down the toilet.
Can
man just
Dan, can you
flushed
repeat
the
that? Can you
Hey,
repeat
go
that
ahead,
one?
Dan. Repeat that for Matt. Even though Matt probably heard it, but go ahead.
According to Steve Koonin, Quinn and Landry don't have their players yet to run the system. How Quinn needs to run the system.
Now, damn, Darren haven't been here most of the season, right? Relatively, if we talk about the whole season. I've been here lately, but not the whole season. Now, don't that sound exactly like one of Matt's takes after almost every game this season? That Quinn don't have
it has, Matt.
players to run
It
his
has.
But Matt.
It has.
Damn.
This where you go wrong.
What's the word? What's the word?
This where you go,
word of
Matt.
the day, Demond, is vindicated.
This where you go wrong, Matt. This why you not vindicated.
Yeah.
Vindicated.
Because if you really believe that, right? If you believe that, you would have never thought we was a 50-win team. If you believe Quinn Snyder didn't have his players to run his system,
Bingo, got him.
you would have never said, Damon,
51 wins.
51 wins.
No, Demond, two things can be true.
It can't.
Yeah, it can.
How?
I did think that Quinn was going to be able to take where we were at 41 wins last year and improve upon it by 9 or 10 games. True. But once we got into the season, I said, you could see early on that maybe after 10, 12 games, you can see that the players that we had don't really fit what he's trying to do.
That's Matt.
Hold on, Matt. No.
Matt.
I can't let him get away with that.
Because remember,
I'm not gonna let him. I'm not gonna let him get away, Larry. Watch this, Larry. Watch this.
Demond, remember that 50-win total that dropped.
Matt.
It dropped
Matt,
immediately.
you came up here and in the Twitter, in the chat, and you kept telling us 20 games. So where you coming from with after the 12th game?
20 No.
You kept saying
y'all keep saying this incorrectly. I said 12 games. After 12 games,
you did not say 12, Matt.
I did. I said after 12. After 12 games, I said if Quinn, because y'all said when you gonna start holding Quinn accountable? When you gonna start blaming Quinn? I said after the 12th game, if Quinn costs us a game, like I believe Nate cost us 12 or so games last year, if Quinn cost us the game by not having a play design, not having offensive sets to end games, the last 5 minutes of the game, not creating open shots consistently, all those things,
putting in the wrong plays at the end of the game. So
I guess sure that if all those things, not just I feel he lost us the game, but something tangible that I could go to and say, look back at on the replay and say, yeah, he effed that up. If Quinn did those things, I would say, yeah, it's his fault. We lost.
So none of this season falls on Coach Quinn. None of it.
Hold on, Matt. Can't slither your way out of this, bro.
Even the chat know you lying, Matt.
Hold on, Matt. How can you sit here and say, well, I saw very quickly that it wasn't gonna work. But why were you standing on business on JJ? We were 8-5 when JJ was here. Huh?
Exactly.
Riddle me that.
Because we had now, I mean,
that's 13 games within your 12 games, and we playing good.
No.
Stop it, man.
I'll repeat it. I would hold Quinn himself responsible if he lost us games? What games
That's
do you
not
think
what
he
Matt.
lost us?
That's not what you
Matt,
said,
You
Matt.
That
said
is what I
you saw
said.
it
Matt,
quickly
all
within
you
12 games that it was going bad. I'm not talking about what Demond said. I'm talking about what you just said on this stream. You said that you quickly saw it wasn't working, and you said out of your
Right.
mouth within 12 games. So how were you saying you saw it going bad within 12 games,
No,
but
no, not
then was
going bad.
standing
No, no,
on
no, no, no,
business?
no.
You were
Larry,
standing
not
on business about
Larry.
JJ being the key to this team, and we're gonna be better when the magical JJ come back.
No, no,
That's
no.
what
I'll,
you
I'll
and
say that
Leon
he
was
I'll
Larry,
spit.
say
no,
he
no,
purposely
Larry,
lost
not
games.
no,
He
no,
closing
Larry,
with Clint Capella in the
not
fourth.
going. No, Larry, I'm not. It's not that the season was going badly. How many games did it take you to see what Quinn wanted them to do defensively, the scheme, as far as the big showing at the top of the key, the rotation with the wings? How long did it take you to say, I don't think we got the players for that?
We've never had the players. That's apparent.
exactly. That's my whole point.
We've never had the players.
We've been
Well,
complaining about Matt. We've been complaining about the roster. I know I have for the past 3 years.
We cheat,
If you
bro.
want to count my posts in New Cat City, I've been complaining about the roster. I told you last year, the roster is the main problem, not the coach.
No,
I
Nate
never
was a
said Nate McMillan isn't a problem. I said he isn't the main problem. You told me Nate McMillan was the main issue. That's why when we got Quinn, that's why you told me Quinn Snyder was plus 10 wins just being here. Because you told me it's not the roster, it's the coach. Then you told me this. Then you said when I kept getting on Quinn, when we was losing games and still being a bad defensive team when he took over, because I kept pointing out to you, Matt, look, we went for 118 per game to giving up 120 points under Quinn. You told me, Damon, Quinn is just only here to look at the team and make moves so he can see who can fit and who doesn't. So then when you get to the off season, we do absolutely nothing except salary dump John Collins.
I mean, they attempted
right?
to.
That's one move. Siakam, that's one move.
But Matt, do you see how flawed that whole thing is? Is betting on trying to get one player in free agency or a trade?
you have to believe Larry and Damon. You have to believe that they had supplemental deals after Siakam.
No.
Well, I can't ride with that because we don't know that, man.
Building it around one player, though. That's what I'm saying, Matt. You built your whole offseason on getting Siakam, and then after that, dominoes will fall. But what happens after that? That's a horrible GM, bro. Like, why don't I have a plan B? He didn't even have a plan B.
So Larry, you're telling me if I guess it's all speculative.
I would take Daniel Gafford right now over. That's what I'm saying, man. Like
it's speculation both ways. But it's speculation both ways. But I'm just saying, if the Falcons, they made an off-season plan betting that they will be able to get Jesse Bates, and they got him. We betted on getting
Jesse Bates. Jesse Bates was a free agent.
He's a free agent. Also, the wrong bet you want to talk about with the Falcons, if you want to put the analogy up, is that Arthur Smith bet on Ritter. That's the bad bet.
And Taylor Heineke.
What? Yeah, exactly. That's the bet. That's why he's fired. That's why Terry's still here, because basically Arthur set them down and was like, who said we was going to win in the NFL with the number 34 quarterback and the number 36 quarterback in the league? Who made that decision? If so, you're fired.
FedEx.
So, Matt, when do we hold? Who is responsible for this season being a total disaster?
I mean, okay, if you want to use that word, okay. I mean, I don't. I think I won't use the word disaster. I'll use the word opportunity. But
how about waste?
It's a waste of time, man.
I won't say that either. Like I said, I believe it's an opportunity.
I believe
I believe it's an opportunity to get almost a guaranteed top 5 pick. And what you may take a player, or you
So
may
who
attack, like I said earlier, Demond.
Sound like Portland to me.
If I take a top 5 pick,
Matt,
and
I don't want to
attach
hear about the pick
DJ,
because Matt, I don't want to talk about a pick, okay?
That's
Because, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because we didn't come into the season saying we need a lottery pick. We came into the season saying, I know I said 50 wins, you said 50 some wins. The Hawks said they shooting for a 6 seed.
Yeah,
so
I told all my
explain
friends
to
we
me,
were gonna win 50
Matt,
games.
Matt?
Things change.
Answer my they do. So I'm
Things
asking
change.
you, who is responsible?
No one person is
The
responsible.
owner
Injuries
is responsible.
injuries creeped up.
So nobody responsible for us being the 10th seed under 500. Nobody responsible for that.
You want me to blame?
No,
Landry?
I'm asking
you. Want me
you
to blame Landry and Quinn for for Kyle Kuzma breaking Jalen Johnson's wrist, for DeAndre Hunter having knee inflammation?
No, but you could
Trey
blame
Young
Landry.
missing numerous
No, but
games?
you could no,
I
but you
can't
could
blame them for that.
No, but you
can
could blame
blame
Landry
Landry
Fields for not having depth at the forward position.
Absolutely.
He can't have depth when his owner have him on a strict salary cap. The problem is the owner, guys.
What is Landry supposed to do? What is Landry supposed to do when we have an $8 million player? When we have an $8 million biannual exception, we can't use. We have a $12 million. We have an $8 million mid level. We have a $12 million biannual. We can't use those. He can't use those.
Well, no, the reason he can't
use a $25 million trade exception. He can't use that either.
Well, he couldn't use the mid level. I'm gonna tell you why he didn't use the mid level. It ain't had nothing to do with the tax. The roster is full.
Oh, the roster full right now.
You have 18 players under contract.
No, I'm talking about instead of signing Patty Mills and or Wesley Matthews, you telling me he couldn't go sign a $12 million player or a $10 million player?
He could have. Why didn't he do it? That's the question.
I got a question.
Why didn't he go out and instead of signing a Patty Mills or Wesley Matthews,
because
go get an impactful?
Combined, they make $3 million. That's a hell of a lot cheaper than $12 million. And you getting $3 million worth of production. So I'm asking you, Matt, instead of signing those two, why didn't he go get an impactful veteran? Because Larry just said it. The owner gave him his petty cash. His petty cash was
no. Listen to me. Before he signs those two.
Yeah, before he signed them. I get what Demond's saying.
Before he even why do we have Patty Mills and Wesley Matthews on the bench? Instead of
if you're the general
instead of DeLon Wright, who makes $6 million.
If you're the general manager and the owner tells you the $12 million mid-level, $12 million biannual, you can't use that. The $10 million,
he didn't tell him that, Matt.
You can't use
all
that
he
either.
told him is you can't. I'm not paying the tax. So how come where
are we at with the tax?
Listen to me, Matt.
Where are we against the tax?
Listen to me.
You act like it's a huge gap.
You're not listening, Matt. Listen to me.
Listen to me. Under the cap.
Listen to me. Before you sign Patty Mills or Wesley Matthews, $3 million a piece. Even I think they might make a little bit more. But let's just call it 3. Let's call it 3 a piece. That's $6 million. DeLon Wright signed for $6 million per year in Washington. We could have used a DeLon Wright. Okay.
And had an open roster spot.
But I'm also telling you this, Matt. I'm also telling you this.
Last year.
Matt, I'm also telling you this, Matt. This is what I'm telling you. A good general manager, right? If the owner come out and say, hey, I don't want to pay the tax. And you know you still need to improve your team, right? A good general manager can get creative.
Like what?
He could have got creative. You had an opportunity to move off Clint Capella this offseason. That would have saved you $22 million.
No, Demond, I had to get that money back in an expiring contract.
No, you don't. You didn't take no money back on John Collins when you salary dumped him, did you?
Yeah, because
you don't have to take. You don't have to take that money. You can get another trade exception. They could have got a trade exception, but guess what? The Mavericks deal that I heard about, you was getting an expiring contract back in Bertans or Hardaway Jr.
So I don't have the money.
You would have had the money because they would have matched the salary of Capella, right? But it would have gave you somebody. One, you would have got off Capella. You could have started and it would have gave you what? 3-point shooting in Bertans or in Hardaway Jr.
So what you gonna do at the backup center position?
You already have Bruno on the roster at $1 million.
I'm gonna trot out there, Bruno.
What are we doing right now? Who's our backup center today, Matt?
Backup center
right now.
Who's my backup center right now?
That's my point, Damon. That's the undertone of the whole season, which is injuries.
Who's my backup center right now, Matt?
Damon, because of injuries.
What did Bruno score against Toronto?
What, 12 points?
12 and 10.
Yeah.
You won't take that from a backup center?
Damon,
at $1 million?
I'm not talking about some random game against a team 12 games under 500.
I can only tell you, Matt,
you're not playing Bruno Fernando real rotation minutes.
You can say it. You can just say it's a random game, right? I say it's not a random game because the coach, first of all, the coach don't play him. He was forced to play him.
So you're telling me Bruno Fernando is a rotation player on a playoff team?
No, I'm telling you. Bruno Fernando's a rotational player on the Hawks. Why is he on the Hawks then?
Exactly.
Why do we have him on the why didn't Landry Fields? How come Landry Fields ain't cut this guy or trade him?
He makes $1 million a year, Damon.
Exactly. So what you telling me is we just wasting a roster spot. Is that what we doing?
Damon, who else you gonna get for $1 million?
Speaking of wasting a roster spot, why do y'all think Trent Forrest is still on the roster?
Or Wesley Matthews?
Because because I don't listen with Trent Forrest, right? What they could have did and what I was hoping they was going to do is they didn't have to play Trent Forrest all 50 of them games before the All-Star break. They could have rotated him and Kobe Buffkin. They chose not to do that for whatever reason. Whatever reason, they chose not to do that. So
right, Damon, again, that goes back to what Landry talked about, the long term over the short term. I value Kobe's long-term development over trying to win an extra 2 games this season.
That don't mean nothing because guess what, Matt? Now you have to play him.
The funny thing is
anyway.
Well, how many games he's got in the G League? 30, 40?
For what? What's that supposed to do? That ain't NBA competition.
The funny thing is AJ just went down there and scored like 20-some points. We all marveling at Kobe, and hopefully that'll translate. But we seen AJ not even sniff the court, and he goes down to the G League and light it up. So
all I'm saying about the Trent Forrest thing is they could have managed that way better.
Yeah, they definitely could have.
You could have managed him way. He got 50 games. You could have managed that way because if I'm Quentin Snyder. He's playing Trent Forrest for a reason. I don't know why he play him. He's playing him for a reason, though. So if I'm Quentin Snyder, and I know I play this guy, and I know he only got 50 games, I'm gonna manage those games accordingly. Because guess what? What if the Hawks did make a little run and was playing 500 right now? You was gonna need that guy, but they mismanaged Trent Forrest. So now you got a guy just sitting there. Two-way contract. He's just sitting there, sitting on the College Park. He can't do nothing.
Nope.
But they just got him sitting there. Bring Seth Lundy up.
Holding the roster spot.
Seth Lundy got about 40 games. He can play.
Brad Rowland said today that this was the longest a player on a two-way has ever been like in limbo like that, just like, not being able to have it, he's used all his games,
because
can't play anymore, and he's not doing anything.
Because Ashley, most teams, right? Those two-way guys, listen, guys on two-way not supposed to be playing 50 games for your team anyway. That's why they on the two-way. The two-way contract is so you can develop said player.
Yeah.
Why is he playing 50 games when you got
I
a
think
first
they
round?
want to keep him,
You
and
got a
that's why they
first
keeping
round
him up there.
draft pick guard right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Demond, I'm prioritizing his development.
So you don't want him playing NBA minutes.
I mean, if I was forced to, yeah, but ideally no.
So I'm gonna ask you right now, Matt. Is Trent Forrest better than Kobe Buffkin right now?
No.
So why isn't Kobe? Listen,
I just told you,
Matt.
Demond, I just
What you
told
saying?
you I'm prioritizing Kobe's
No, what
development
you saying makes no
over
sense.
trying to win an extra
What
2
you're
or 3
saying,
games.
Matt, does it make sense? If Trent Forrest was good, he wouldn't be on a two-way.
Yeah.
He would be on an NBA contract. You got a guy on an NBA contract in the G League, and I'm not even saying
Demond, what's the point of playing him? What's the point of rushing his development and playing him?
NBA experience. So you telling me playing in the G League is the same thing as playing in the NBA?
No, Demond, but he's playing in a system that's working. They have the number one defense.
If it's working,
they're playing the.
It don't matter.
The number one defense in the G League.
It doesn't matter if it works in the G League, Matt. He need to be at the NBA level.
Why?
Because he's on an NBA contract. If he was not good, he would be on a two-way. They played the two-way like he on the NBA contract.
Is Matt Legion?
Kobe Buffkin have more G League games than the dude on the two-way?
Matt, are you Legion?
Got more NBA games.
Because
it's
about Kobe's development.
Matt.
So once again, we're back to the wasted season.
Not making any sense. Listen to me. If I'm trying to develop a player, right? I want my player to get NBA minutes.
That's to
possible.
You, Demond. That's to you. What?
But Matt, I'm not putting a G leaguer who's on a two-way over my first round pick.
But Demond, that's to you. To me, I'm fine with him playing in the G League because he's playing in a system that's working.
But guess what?
Same system
where's he at
that
today?
Quinn is trying to lay the foundation for.
Where is he at right now, Matt? Where's he at? Where's Kobe Buffkin at right now?
Didn't he get assigned to the team?
Guess what he about to do, Matt?
Yeah, Demond, because of injuries.
He about to play for the Hawks. What I'm telling you,
because of injuries.
You're not listening to me. Listen, if you rotate, you got Trent Forrest. You already know he can only play 50 games. You know this already. So why not? Hey, let me get my young rookie. These minutes I was going to get Trent Forrest this week. I'm going to let him play, get a little bit NBA experience. But I'm also saving what games for Trent Forrest because
but Demond, that only has purchase if you value Kobe getting NBA minutes early on in his development. I don't.
Why would you draft a guy?
I want him to get G League minutes.
Why would you draft a guy in the first round, top 20, if you didn't think he could play in the NBA now?
Demond, it's not about whether he could play or not at the NBA level. It's about his long-term development. I need him in the G League in a system that we're going to be running next year with players that, as Darren mentioned, guys that better fit what Quinn's trying to do.
No, Matt, you need him playing with the guy who's going to be here.
Exactly.
None of those guys, man.
Who on this team going to be here next year?
Watch this, because I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and end what you're saying. Who on the College Park Skyhawks is going to be playing for the Atlanta Hawks next year?
Maybe London.
So does it matter that he's running around playing in a system with a bunch of dudes that he's not going to be playing with at the NBA level?
No.
Yes.
He's not going to be playing with none of those guys. What's the point? What's the point of having chemistry with dudes you're not going to play with?
It's not about the chemistry. It's about the fact that he's playing in a system with guys who fit what Quinn's trying to do on both sides of the ball. So he
Matt.
knows, Damon,
So-
he's getting reps in a system that's working offensively and defensively.
It don't listen,
Particularly
Matt,
Against
defensively.
lower
Matt,
competition.
listen. When it comes
G
to
League is not
developing a
NBA.
player, when it comes to developing a player, okay, listen to me. I don't give a fuck if the system is working as a whole. What I care about is said player that I'm developing gets it. Because guess what? Next year, when he in Atlanta, so you telling me next year the system should be flawless. Is that what you saying?
Pretty much.
Don't do that because you know it's not.
I said pretty much. Of course, nothing is flawless,
Listen,
but he
Kobe
should,
Buck-
Damon, he should have a firm understanding of the system. He should be able to make the proper reads in the system, be able to make the proper rotations in the system, understand why they're making adjustments in the
So
system.
who on our team
If I
has played in
put
Quinn
if
Snyder's
I
system,
put
Matt?
if I put him with the main club, he can't even run the system because if you notice the last 5 games, Quinn is broken from the system. He going back to drop coverage. He not even doing the defensive
Because
system
he
and defensive
knows-
principles he was
because
doing
he
20
know-
games
listen,
ago.
Matt. Listen to me. Listen. If you saying that the reason Kobe is in a G League because the system doesn't work in Atlanta, why we didn't send everybody ass to College Park so they can play so they can see it work? So you telling me? Wait, Matt. Are
Damon,
you
we gonna send a
telling me-
$20 million player to the G League?
Matt, are you telling me that Trey Young, Jalen Johnson, DeJounte Murray, Clint Capella, they can't run the system correctly? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I would take Trey and Jalen out, but yeah, the rest of them no.
So how come we have not seen the rest of these dudes
Really,
to College Park
Damon?
so they can see how it works?
Damon, you're not going to send a $20 million player down to the G League.
Well, you
That don't
told
make no
me.
sense.
Listen,
They don't. They clearly do not fit, Damon.
What-
Clearly, none of them fit what he's trying
if
to do.
none of them fit, and like I told you, Quinn knew none of these dudes was good. By the time we got to the offseason, he already knew they wasn't good.
But
He
Damon,
knew
you're
that already.
assuming he wasn't trying to get rid of them.
And they did. You had an opportunity. You had an opportunity to get rid of Clint Capella. They didn't do it.
They did
Right?
not do it.
Can we agree on that?
No, they did not do it.
Can we agree on that, Matt? They had an
Yeah, they
opportunity.
did. Yeah, okay. They didn't
So
try
if you
to
would
do
have got rid of
Dallas.
Clint Capella, you could have got the 10th pick, and you could have started a combo. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Okay. So that's one strike right there. Okay. Does John Collins fit what Quinn trying to do? Can he do what Quinn
No.
wanted to do?
No.
Okay, so you got rid of John Collins, and then you got what back in return for him?
Basically a second round pick.
So you got nothing in return, nothing we could use to help us.
That's
okay.
fine.
So you fast forward. So you telling me they put all their chips into Siakam, and then when they get, and then I'm gonna tell you why that's bullshit. They put all their chips to get Siakam. You didn't get him to start the season. They still kept going after him. If the reports are true, why are we wasting our time going to get a guy that we wasn't gonna get? We wasn't gonna get him. So instead of addressing other smaller issues like, hey, maybe we could find a little backup defensive point guard for cheap. Maybe we could find a wing that can help us for cheap. Instead of wasting all our time, a whole off season and half a season chasing after a guy you wasn't going to get anyway. They wasn't serious.
So Damon, you would rather than make trades to try to beef up a 41 win team to what, 45 wins, 46 wins? What's your end game?
Didn't you tell me?
Are we a 45 win
And correct me
team?
if
I mean,
I'm
41.
wrong, Matt. Didn't you
I
tell
was going
me?
off of last year.
Matt, didn't you tell me? And correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't you tell me you got to take small steps? That's what you told me, right?
Yeah, Damon, but
so you telling me going from, and these your words. This is what you told me, Damon. You got to take steps. You start.
How
by
was getting
winning.
eliminated in the first round a step?
What?
How was getting eliminated in the first round again taking a step forward?
You tell me, because you
I
told me you got to go through
when
the
I
first
said that,
round.
Demond,
you
when I
gotta go
said
to the
that,
second
I was
round.
Demond, when I said that, I was saying if we could have a season like the Knicks had last year, where they win close to 50 games, they host the first round playoff
So
series.
what I'm telling you,
all
Matt,
that
is
stuff.
this.
That's
So
a
what I'm telling
successful
you is
season.
this. What I'm telling you is this, Matt. Why didn't they make the appropriate moves to make the team better?
Demond, you're assuming that they didn't try.
Matt, listen to me. Do you think we need to get to the second round?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, let me start over because now we ain't really about shit right now. So to get to a top, this is so embarrassing. To get to a top 5th seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we need an all NBA player on this roster to take this current team from where it's at in the 10th to get to 5? Do we need an all NBA
player?
Yeah.
I don't know about an all NBA player, but
right. We don't. You know the
all
answer.
star. Yeah, I believe
You
you
know
need
the
an
answer.
all-star.
We don't need an all NBA player, right?
Not an all NBA player, not a top 15 player, but you need a top 30. I believe to take this team from where they are. I believe to take this team from where they are to where Orlando is or Indiana is right now.
A top 30 player in the NBA added to our current roster, right?
Yeah.
Only makes us a 5th seed. That what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying get rid of DeJounte. That's what adding a top 30 player.
And you know what? I'm so happy that Quinn didn't.
Quinn
didn't try to fake it until he made it.
So
and
why
he
would
didn't
you
come
sit
in
here,
and try to do all this different stuff to try to make
squeeze
out 45 wins?
Let me tell you something, Matt. This I know you full of shit sometimes. If you believe that, why would you sit here? Because at least I can admit I drink the Kool-Aid. How can you sit here and say that, but then turn around at the beginning of the season and say we're gonna win 50 games?
I thought before the season started, I said, okay, we won 41 games last year. I believe Nate cost us 12 games last year. So I said, okay, we're not going to win all.
This is my first time hearing that part because you didn't say none of that.
I told you Nate cost.
Not to me. You didn't say Nate cost 12 games.
I didn't give a number, but I said Nate cost us a lot of games.
Yeah, don't add no number now because I know what you're doing. You trying to say Nate cost us 12, so then you could come back when I say Quinn was you said Quinn was plus 10, and then you're gonna say, yeah. So if you subtract the 12 and add the 10, we good. I said, I know where you was going.
No, that's not what I was about to. No, that's not what I was about to say.
Oh, okay, I'm just making sure.
I was about to say, so we're not going to get all 12 back. So, but I do think we could get 10 of the 12 or 9 of the 12. So
you didn't say that. You didn't say. You told me Quinn was plus 10 off the rip.
I thought Quinn was worth 9 to 10 wins.
Off the rip, because I remember asking. I said, just right now with nothing that added to the roster. You said, yeah, he a plus 10 with nothing added to the roster.
Right, Demond, I did. But coming into the
season, I need you to say you was wrong on that.
No, Demond, but injuries, like I said, injuries happen.
I need you to, but you're wrong. We are not plus 10. Am I correct?
Because of injury. So you want to say I'm wrong, devoid of the facts?
The fact is, you said he is plus 10. Right?
We've had injuries.
We had injuries last year.
So
we didn't have injuries to this many players last year. No, we didn't.
Okay, well, watch this, Matt. Matt, how many games?
We definitely had injuries.
We had one guy injured, Bogdanovich.
How many games? How many games has Trey Young missed this year?
Before this injury, now what? 6, 7?
He ain't missed no 7 games. How many games has DeJounte Murray missed this year?
Maybe 4.
So you telling me Quinn isn't a plus 10 because we miss Jalen Johnson and DeAndre Hunter? That's what you telling me?
Yeah, you missed your entire wing rotation for how many games? 25?
Matt, I need you to tell me.
No, probably 30.
Matt, I need you to tell me, Demond, I was wrong. Quinn isn't plus 10.
Demond, how many teams in the NBA? If I take Jason Tatum and
they wouldn't without Jason Tatum.
If I take Jason Tatum and Porzingis, I'm not talking about the value of the player. I'm talking about the wing position. If I take Jason Tatum and Porzingis off Boston for 30 games, how many games are they winning?
I don't know.
10, and I'm being generous.
No,
You
I think they,
speculating, bro. You
they're
speculating.
better than that.
You speculate.
But any team in the NBA, if I take their wing, if I
Speculation.
take the Lakers, I take Anthony Davis and who would play the other wing position? Rui Hachimura. If I take both, if I take Davis and Hachimura off their team for 30 games, how many games are out of that 30 they're going to win?
What's the Lakers record right now, Matt?
Let me pull it up.
Look up the Lakers record, and then I need you to tell me how many games Anthony Davis has already missed, and LeBron James, and Rui Hachimura. Tell me how many games they all missed so far.
A whole lot. Let me help you out.
Exactly. And what's the Lakers record
The Lakers
right
are
now?
31-27.
And how many games has LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Rui Hachimura, Cam Reddish? How many games they missed? I think Cam Reddish still hurt. How many games have they missed total?
All at the same time?
Yeah.
A lot of games, man. No, you now he moving. The
Okay,
goal.
so that
And then
what?
and then
So Rui Hachimura and Anthony Davis,
How many
missed
games they
significant
missed?
time together. When was
How
that?
many?
Matt, stop.
Listen. How many games has Anthony Davis missed? He's the best player on their team. How many games has he missed this year?
I'm about to see.
Okay, I got time.
You still didn't answer the question though.
I got time.
They didn't miss time together. All
Oh,
How
of
many
them.
games has Anthony
They
Davis
didn't miss
missed for the
30
Lakers?
games together.
Answer the question, man.
How many games has Anthony Davis missed?
I'm about to pull it up.
And then you come out and while you at it, go on. How many
He
games
has
LeBron
played
James missed?
in-
You still looking? Come on, man. Don't take that long.
Game started. Let's see.
I see.
Let's play in 54.
Oops.
54 games. So he's missed
Who, AD? That was for AD?
he's missed 10.
Okay. And what's the Lakers record?
Anthony Davis.
He's missed 10 games, right?
What's the Lakers records again?
And the Lakers above 500, right? Okay, we'll move on because I don't know what Matt doing.
Trying
What's
to
your-
figure out a way to get out of it.
What is y'all thoughts, man? What's y'all thoughts, man? What are we doing, man?
Nothing.
We don't know what we're doing. That's the main problem.
So AD has missed 4 games. How many games LeBron missed? I know
seven, 8.
LeBron done took 2 games off just to go watch Bronny play. So AD missed 4 games. Lakers still above 500. How many games Trey Young missed, Matt?
I think 6.
LeBron missed 8. AD missed 4. Trey missed no 6 damn games. You sure about that?
The Lakers are 31-27 in the 9th seed.
Okay, so they're above 500. Their
Yes.
top 2 players. Top 2, not no role player. So they've missed what? 12 games total. My top players, Murray and Trae, have missed what? Probably less than that. And we under 500. So you telling me
By a
that
lot.
Jalen Johnson and DeAndre Hunter is more important than Trey Young and DeJounte Murray?
That's like Rui and Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
I mean,
Demar, I'm
keep it
saying
Their
yes.
impact,
I'm saying the
Jalen
wing.
Johnson
I'm saying
and
the,
Jalen
yes,
Johnson
the
and
wing
DeAndre Hunter. have a bigger impact.
The wing
Matt.
impact. The wing impact for one
Matt,
team to
so
be down their
Jalen
entire
Johnson.
wing rotation. Yes.
Are you telling me that Jalen Johnson and DeAndre Hunter have a more impact on us winning than Trey Young and DeJounte Murray?
I would say the both of them over DeJounte Murray, yes.
And Trey Young, because he's
And Trae
playing in
Young.
those games, right?
But Demond, they didn't miss them all at the same time. I'm not talking about a random game here, a
Listen
random game
what
there.
listen what
I'm
I'm
talking
asking
about
you.
DeAndre Hunter and Jalen Johnson collectively missed
What I'm asking you is this.
over
So
20 games together.
Listen.
How many games they
What
missed
team
together,
in the
Matt?
NBA?
Listen,
What team
Matt,
in the
listen,
NBA
together,
can
man.
sustain their entire
Listen.
wing position being depleted
Listen, Matt.
for over
Matt,
20 games?
Listen, Matt. Listen. I need you to say, this is what I need you to tell me, Matt. I need you to say, Damon, I was wrong. I thought we was gonna win 50 games. I was wrong on that. Regardless of why we're not doing it. But you was wrong, correct?
Yes, Demond, I was wrong that we were going to win 51 games.
Don't even say nothing after that. Don't say nothing after that.
Injury.
Don't say nothing after that because I know you about to say but.
No caveats.
I brought up when you made this prediction. I asked you, did it count injuries? You said yes. You forgot that, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Yes,
No, I
yes,
didn't.
you did.
No, I didn't.
You lied,
And I
man.
certainly didn't say
No,
if we
I
missed
asked
our
you that.
entire wing position.
No.
Both players
I said you
at
should,
both
man.
wing positions
You gotta
for
count
over
for injuries.
25 games.
Boy, stop. You keep moving.
No
goalposts.
team in the NBA can win if their entire wing depth
Whatever,
is gone
man.
for 25
Yes,
games.
So Matt, okay. So that falls on my general manager, correct?
No, I'm not like with the Nets. I mean, not the Nets.
How many forwards we got on this team?
I'm not going to blame Leon
Okay,
Rose
who you gonna
because
blame,
Julius
bro?
Randle
Who's
got
to
hurt.
blame? Who's to blame then?
So the
Nobody.
general
I don't know.
manager.
Why do you always got to blame somebody?
Because we had expectations this year, right?
That you were sure of.
Yes, Demond.
You had expectations.
I could blame somebody if one guy get hurt and we don't have sufficient depth behind that one.
We don't have
position.
sufficient depth. Don't we have
But
like
if
how many
you
forwards
miss
we
it,
got,
Demond,
man?
if you're missing an entire position group,
Part
I
of the
can't
game,
blame
man.
nobody for that.
Have
Matt, but
backups
who
to be
is
able to do it.
responsible? Who's responsible for that? It's a reason why you build a roster a certain way. It's a reason why you don't fill up your roster with 18 contracts. Because when you got stuff like this, when you lose a Hunter and you lose Jalen Johnson, when you have a roster spot available, guess what we could have did? We could have got some wing and put them on a 10-day. Guess what? When Clint and Onyeka both was injured, since our general manager had 18 roster spots, he couldn't go get nobody on a 10-day to help us, even if that 10-day player don't play. So how can you not blame somebody for the way the season went?
I can't blame.
It was good. I muted. It was good. But,
I can't blame. Like I said, Demond, I can't blame Landry because we went significant games this season where we were without our entire wing position. We're
So
without
why didn't he go get
position.
another wing?
We're without our guards. I can't.
Why
blame
didn't he
you
go
for
get
all
us
those
another
injuries.
wing, Matt?
hey, he's still hanging on the forest. You made a great point, Damon. Remember COVID year? We had about 6 10-day contracts because the NBA kept making us play, but we let everybody else, you know what I'm saying, get a rain check on their games. That's how you manage your roster. Not what Landry did.
But if you remember that year, Larry, we didn't have.
Listen.
I have to go back and look, but I'm pretty certain we had a roster spot open going into that season. A and B, we got hardships from the NBA to sign all those guys.
Listen, Matt. Listen.
There is no hardship provision we can get.
I gotta disagree with you on the Kobe stuff. Okay. I'm not drafting nobody in the first round and rely on the G League to develop them. If I need to develop a player in the G League, listen to me, develop a player in the G League, he need to be on a 2-way contract.
But
why do you think Steph Lundy?
No, Demond, you miss.
You ain't hearing what he's saying, man.
Why you
I
think
heard what he
Seth
said.
Lundy?
I heard what he said, but Damon, we're talking about two separate things. You're talking about
we not.
skill development. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not saying
What
I
are you
never say
talking
you have
about?
to develop Kobe's skill. I said you had to develop him in the system we're going to be running because
Right.
College Park runs the same system.
Running the
That, as Darren mentioned earlier, something that everybody has
Are we
known.
running,
The
Matt? Are
players
we
don't
running the
have the
system?
skills.
Are we running the system in Atlanta?
With the top club?
Yeah. Are we running
Not
the
any-
system?
Not
Did
anymore.
we start the year running the system?
Yeah.
Yeah, we started.
Right.
We
So
started it,
why
yeah.
wouldn't you want your first round pick to practice the system with the players he gonna be with next year?
What players do you think he's gonna be with next year?
That one the question, Matt.
Jalen Johnson, Trey Young, double O. Stop me when I'm wrong. Am I wrong?
Okay, you named 4 players. Who else?
Oh, the whole. Okay,
Bogey
I'm gonna
ain't
tell you
going
who's gonna be
nowhere.
here next year. Then, let me think of the roster. Sadiq Bey probably not gonna be here. Murray, okay, because he might still be here. Could be traded. Who knows? But right now he Atlanta Hawk. So Murray, okay. I said Jalen. Who else we got on the roster?
Bogey is definitely
Bogey gonna be here. What else we got on the roster?
Quinn loves DeAndre. I don't see him trading him either.
Hunter gonna be here. Who else gonna be on the
So
roster?
that's 8
man?
players he could have played with.
All those players gonna be here that he could have been running a system with. But why you want him practicing the system with dudes he ain't even gonna be here?
And you got to build that chemistry.
Tell me or
to
not.
work right.
Does Quinn's system, especially on the defensive side of the ball, relies on communication? So you got him communicating with dudes here. Ain't none of them dudes coming to Atlanta outside of Seth Lundy.
Hey, let me just say something. I've been listening to everybody, man. I'm just coming in and
What's
just say
good,
something.
Solution? Long time no see, my guy.
Yeah, man, just been busy here with a lot of work and stuff, man. But basically, man, just kind of calm everybody's nerves down and everything. Right now, what you're seeing is a decline of the wrestlers right now. I always come in here. I'm a businessman. I tell everybody, you know, organization by who's running it at the top. And basically, you know what I'm saying? He came in with a golden spoon, man, because, I was listening to a couple of Twitter spaces before, and, he's the losingest coach. I mean, I'm sorry, coach. I think you heard this, Dixon, when they said on the Twitter space earlier. He inherited a team that went to the ECF, but he's been one of the worst losingest owners. But yeah, exactly. So everything we're seeing, I've been listening with the developments. The rest of it's talk about spending money. I mean, Dixon said it very well earlier. The guy don't want to spend money. I mean, we're in 2024. This ain't back in the Pistol Maravich age, back in the early stages of when we had Spud. Like, man, it's 2024. People out here spending money to make money, and the thing with us, Damon, with our organization, what hurts this city is that there's no pressure when the baton is passed from ownership. They come in, they inherit pretty much a mid-level team. We're a vibrant city. They know the city's gonna come out. We have big money spenders here. We got music. We got culture. People gonna come out here and support the team. Unfortunately, because we haven't won anything, there's no pressure on ownership to bring a championship here. I think you said at Dixon, you said you like 49 or something like that. You want to see a championship. Demond said he want to see a championship. I want to see a championship. But we all know it starts with the ownership and how they open up that wallet. You look at all these other teams that's spending money. Look y'all just talking about the Lakers earlier. They spending money and they barely a little bit over 500, but they got banners because they are committed to that from year to year. They got a LeBron who's hasn't given up on the team, however old he is, still playing at a high level. He's still buying in, still buying in. I think I heard on another show, Kool-Aid said, we need that pimp talk. Like, people got that buzz. Like, they might be at the mid-level, but they're buying into something. What are these players buying into here? I want to go back to another point that y'all said about the Coonan thing. And they brought Quinn in there halfway during the season when he came in. And then I think this guy, Steve Coonan, said he don't have the players to run the system. So if you interview the coach for a job, why, if he tells you he knows the roster is not his players, why would you hire him?
Exactly.
Well, first of all, I'm going deep down the rabbit hole, so y'all just stick with me. So first of all,
Exactly.
that was a bad seed planted right there, okay? Because when you really observe him before he got kicked out of that game, he looked very, very nervous, man. Like I saw his face, he was looking around like Quinn just looks like one of them bobbleheads, like when you hit it and it's just going all over the place. The guy just don't, he ain't got it. He knows what he wants. And it was even worse when Igor took over the game. Really, that's why they tricked off the game, because it's on all levels. And I always go back to this demand. I said it. I think Nate was the best coach we had in
Oh
this
my
whole
God.
in this thing, because you know why? He stressed fucking defense. At least he got the players to play some kind of damn defense, because
We
he
were
was
bottom
defense.
5.
Man, let me finish, bro. Where we at now? We worse off
Bottom
with.
5.
I mean, but listen, at least Nate had them playing some kind of defense. But Nate said it in the interview. Let me get to my point, Matt. He said we do not have enough two-way players. Quinn come in here, he said the same thing. I don't have my players to run my system. So who's fucking responsible for that? The fucking front office and the owner, who's supposed to open up the wall to get the culture players that he needs. None of that is happening. Now, you said it, Demond, best. Coaches talk is a fraternity. GM's talk is a fraternity. All of this downfall from the rest is when they got fucking Slink out of here, that fucked up everything. Then you went and got Landry. He don't know what he's doing. We started off with our rookies hurt. We had Gay on the bench and Buffkin was hurt, right? And then you start seeing a trickling. They never worked on building depth. We have Trae that always had shoulder injuries, Hunter, knee issues, Capella, foot, adductor issues. Bogey, he can't even start no more. Double O, he stepped into a starting role. Now he's fucked up with his foot. Then you went and tried to get Wesley Matthews, who's way past his prime. He's no longer a two-way player. His knees are shot. He can't even hit three-pointers no more. You know what I'm saying? Patty Mills, another veteran, past his prime. In the halfway of the season, we wasn't even playing Patty Mills. These guys not even seeing the floor. Then you get Bruno, and I got to step in, who you wasn't even giving no time. And he's had some flashes, but we know he's not going to be able to be no true backup center, right? So, like, I want to go back to that part, man. Like, y'all just got to understand, y'all with Trae going down, this is just all a decline. Everything, because it's like, I'm like, what constitutes for getting the owner to sell the team and get out and just to get out? Because I remember when the Jaguars had to sell the team, some other organizations, because that's what it's going to take. The only time we were successful is when we had basketball minds in our front office and on the court side. When we had Danny Ferry, he was building the team. We had Bud, and he was building the team. They booted every fucking time we have some kind of success. They boot the people out the door. And don't you think the league is looking at this? That's why when we do have talent here, they don't get no respect. Because, man, the ownership do not respect talent. They do not respect basketball minds. And then they want to come in here and you give up 3 fucking first draft picks for DeJounte Murray, and then you want to ship him out of here in trade talks. Like, it's a down spiral effect in Atlanta, man. And nothing's going to happen until this shit just hits the wrestlers in the face. You know, and that whole thing, because you start out the season, Jalen Ham was hurt, right? He got hurt. Then you got the situation with Murray. He had back issues. Then you had fucking Capella. He had to miss. Now Double O gone. Now Trae gone. And now we got no development. And they don't play none of their talent. They don't play none of their fucking talent, bro. Quentin Grimes just came to Detroit the other day. They already playing him. Like, what? You need to start developing players, because injuries are part of the game. And if you don't build depth to cover up the injuries, then you need to develop the players, the young talent that you have in the team. Stop bringing these washed up fucking players here that can't do shit. These motherfuckers just on the bench, just getting a damn contract, and they can't help nobody. So that's all I gotta say, man. It's gonna blow up in the wrestler's face. All this shit is a downward spiral effect, bro.
Well, I mean, I like to focus on more, I mean, they're not selling the team. I mean, it's a family asset. They're not selling the team. It's just not.
Well, that's not my point. I'm not worried about them selling the team, but I know there's gonna be pressure on them if they keep losing like this. And you got all these contracts with these players and it's a poorly constructed team.
But we've been talking. I mean, I'm happy that I'm honestly shocked that you are not happy as well that somebody with the Hawks came out.
Let me ask you something, man. Let me ask you something.
The roster doesn't fit.
Matt,
What we're trying to do.
let me ask you something, Matt. How do you feel about the depth on this Hawks team?
It's not great. But
not great.
It's not great, but given the financial constraints, I don't blame them. I don't blame anybody in particular.
What do you mean? What do you mean by
what do you mean by
right? What do you mean by the financial constraints? There's a lot of teams got financial constraints, but they still making progress. We going backwards.
Resler doesn't want to go into the tax. I mean, that's very clear. I think there's a
great season coming.
I think there is a great misconception though out there. Like, what I'm saying, I'm not saying it's by anybody in particular, but it's this like thing going around. Oh, the Hawks is like cheap and they don't want to spend money. Yes, they don't want to go into the Olympics. That's true. But y'all, but a lot of people act like the Hawks are like at the floor of the NBA.
Okay, so
they're not. They're literally less than $2 million.
We know that. So let me ask you another thing. When all the injuries started hitting, and the Hawks didn't make any moves, which didn't have anything to do with financial constraints, they could have brought up some players and started developing. Tell me, how do you feel about that? And who's responsible? My question to you, Matt. Who's responsible for making the call to start developing these players? Who's responsible for that?
Well, I mean, I can only go off of what they say, and they say that it's a collaboration between Landry and
That's
Trey.
the fucking problem right there. Collaboration. How you gonna collaborate with a whole bunch of idiots that don't know shit?
I mean, I don't.
You gotta have one fucking voice that's making the decisions, man.
Landry does make the decisions, but he collaborates.
Oh, so now you're saying it's Landry?
Landry makes the final decision, but
so
it's
his
a collaboration.
He's at fault there.
Well, he need to get the hell on up out of town.
But hold on, wait. I want to stay on what you said about bringing people up. So we had injuries at the wing position, like I said, devastating injuries at the wing position. Who was he going to bring up that would have helped that? Steph Lundy's a guard.
No, it's not.
Lundy's a guard. Kobe's a guard. Mo Gay is a forward who had back spasms.
It's not about who. It's about
we had Miles Norris.
Really?
He a wing. We had him on the two-way. We had him on the two-way, so obviously they must think he got some talent.
Not even that, man. Look at what you just named, man. Poor construction of the roster. How many shooting guards we got on this team? They can't shoot, can't play defense, but they can't play with us because they either don't fit what Coach Quinn want to do, or
who
want to
watching
keep him down and baby him. It's not me. Or you want to sit down and baby him and don't play him up here with the team when he needs chemistry.
You're not babying him. You're making sure that he's learning the right habits in the system.
Matt, stop. That ain't how that shit works, man. That's not.
Well, what if you learn the right habits with your teammates down in the G League and you get back up here and you still don't have the functional roster that Coach Quinn needs, even though they're collaborative.
Y'all gotta believe.
They're collaborative, right?
Y'all gotta believe with a head coach that makes $8 million a year and a general manager that makes $6 million. You gotta believe that he's going to allow them to get the players that they need to be successful.
Okay, let me stop you there. Let me stop you there. So when the Hawks came out and said Trae and JJ was not going to be movable, why the hell? That's telling me right there. That's two of Quinn players. Those are Quinn players. So why the hell they didn't do something at the draft at the trade deadline then? If you identify JJ and Trae as not being movable, that's telling me, that's Quinn saying to Landry, these are two players that are my players that can run my system.
Exactly.
If Hunter and Capella and Bay and DeJounte and whoever else these other scrubs on team, if they're not Quinn players, and he took over from last year, halfway in the season, looking at the same fucking roster, why the hell you didn't make a move at the draft at the trade deadline?
I can't jettison 6 players at the trade deadline.
It goes back to your guy Landry.
The hell if you can't.
Other teams were doing it.
What other team traded 6 players at the deadline?
Nah, I'm not talking about trade 6 players, but I'm saying if these are not Quinn type players, and you have an opportunity,
that's 6 to 8 players.
But you got to move somebody. I ain't saying move 6 players, but you got to make some kind of move, man.
Move 3 of them, Matt. Shit, start moving them.
You got to,
process. Start the damn process, Matt. That's the whole point.
And you can't.
Nobody got moved.
Nobody got moved. And my whole thing is this: look at what Asai is doing up there in Toronto, a team that just came in here and beat us because our poorly constructed team. And people was wondering why Bruno didn't even hit the floor in the fourth quarter because we got kept even, and we was winning in all the metrics, and we still couldn't beat the sorry ass fucking Toronto Raptors, bro. And you gonna sit up here and tell me that we don't need better construct? We need better construction. The Landry is irresponsible for that. He has to. I think, hey, Damani said we still got like $9 million under the cap or something to spend. And we still ain't spent. Yeah, well, whatever it is, we still ain't spending. We got to get. And you got Wesley Matthews. He ain't even been playing. And you brought him for primarily defense, which is what we need. He not even.
He really came to be a mentor. He wasn't supposed.
We don't need mentors on this team, man. Trae not in his first year or 2 years no more. Okay,
yeah, that's a stupid.
That's bullshit, man.
Y'all just complained last year that we didn't have no vets.
There's a difference between a vet and a mentor, bro.
Yeah, mentor is literally there to talk.
Right. It's a difference between a vet and a mentor. The only mentor I need is Kyle Korver up there in the fucking office. He can mentor. He ain't playing no more. We don't need no mentors on this team. We had that back in the ECF. They already learned from that. We need people who can come in here and be productive on the court. Get this man his players that he's talking about. I don't care if it's on a budget, under the cap or over the cap. You gotta find an answer. You have to. That's what they get paid for, right, man? That's what you get paid for, right?
And like I said, 13, not even 13 months. How long Quinn been here?
Too long.
Quinn been here.
If none of these guys were his guys,
some
guys should have been moved in the off season.
Exactly.
Huh? Some of them guys should have been moved in the off
draft. I mean, what else? What shit?
No, who you talking about,
Matt?
Who you talking about?
Doing anything? They haven't done anything.
I'm gonna check y'all later, man. I'm gonna take a little rest before I get to the stream, man.
I told y'all last year. What I said. As constructed, this ain't it. I've been saying that since last year, and it still ain't it. So at some point, nothing is happening, Matt. You keep making excuses for these guys. Nothing is happening. It don't take no fucking 2-3 years. They ain't making zero moves. All this shit you've been talking about last year, here this person need to go. You keep saying they're gonna go. You said Clint DeJohn, one of them gonna get traded. Did we bet money on that? Yeah, you owe me some damn money, don't you?
No.
Yes,
look, I commend Landry for not just getting rid of guys that he need to go. But I'm not going to dump him just for nothing because
you did that with John Collins.
I don't want Damon to get upset and say we salary dumped DeJounte Murray. So I want to make sure I get a good return for him.
So I want to ask you something, Matt, since you know this team so well. Going forward with no eye test on where we're going in the future. And what Damon and really me, I'm with Damon. Because I watched Detroit last night play. And one thing I can say about Detroit, they are trying to they may not win a lot of games and probably won't, but they are playing competitive basketball right now. And what they're building around Cade Cunningham, I like what that team is doing. But let me ask you something. Do you think that we can play competitive basketball going forward?
This season?
Yeah.
No, and I hope they don't.
Okay.
Hold on. Why do you hope that? Okay. Why not? Why don't you want them to?
Because I need a top 5 pick.
You ain't getting a top 5 pick.
Fuck a pick. We need players, real dudes.
You've won too many games to get a top 5 pick.
Matt, why would you want a pick when they just salvaged 3 first rounds for DeJounte Murray? This team don't even know how to develop, and they don't know what to do with picks. They give them away. Why would you want some? That's what they have showed you. They give picks away, and then we probably gonna lose more value
because
on the picks
because
who's gonna develop them? Who's going to
because DeJounte Murray in the trade deadline proved DeJounte Murray isn't worth much. But if I get a top 5 pick to add to
hold on, Foot. So that means you already know let me test you then. So if you want to pick, who in the draft coming up next is a Quinn type player? It doesn't even matter if the team is poorly constructed. You need somebody that can play with high IQ and high acumen right now, bro. We don't have time to develop no picks, bro. We don't. The picks we got now, they can't even hit the floor.
I'm not saying you use. I'm not saying you use the pick. I'm saying
you want to pick for what?
I'm saying you packaged you packaged the pick with some of the guys we have on the roster.
Well, you didn't say that.
Now DJ is actually an attractive asset because I get a top 5, top 7 pick with him. And right now they're 9th. The Hawks are 9th right now.
We gave away 3.
It's a lottery too. Those picks aren't guaranteed. Like you might have a top 5, or you might have the 10th or 11th.
Even if I have the top, they're unlikely to move out of the top 10.
For some reason, people think. For some reason, people think we gonna lose games and magically get this top 5 pick, and then magically, because what people keep telling you is they doing the same shit they did with the Siakam shit. They keep telling fans that the Hawks could take the pick, Murray, and trade him for somebody, but they can't tell you who is available. People will tell you stuff like Brandon Ingram. The Pelicans have not made that guy available for trade. But let me tell you what's going to happen. Since the Hawks, they're going to do the same thing they did with Murray. They're going to reach out to a team about a star player. When you reach out to a team about their player, you got to pay their price. That's why you overpay for Murray, because you reached out to them. So when you go to them, you got to meet their demands. The Hawks, listen, we have, and I can't remember who said it. I can't remember one of y'all said it. The word for the season so far is a waste. This season has been wasted. We have not accomplished nothing. And we have not learned anything, because we're about to go do the same thing we just did. You're going to get these picks and you're going to trade them, and you're going to hope it works. They could have been developing Kobe Buffkin if they would have just picked a fucking plan and stuck with it. But when I think about that, I think about this. Tony Wrestler will still want to sell seats. So Tony Wrestler not going to co-sign no losing shit. So now I'm excited. I want to see what are we going to do next offseason. He don't want to spend money. The report came out when they was trying to move Murray. The report came out that the priority for the Hawks was not to take back salary. Why? Because we do not want to pay the tax next year. That was the report put out by Chris Haynes. So I don't know what fans are thinking. That what are we supposed? Where do fans come from with the glamorous moves? Yeah, we're gonna do this. Where do they come up with this?
Because Demar already told you, we don't need more money. We already have money. We just need to consolidate it.
Well, the problem is
Clint Capella makes $20 million. Clint Capella
the problem
makes $20
you
million.
have, Matt, is that the players you have now.
That's almost $40 million, Demar.
Matt,
I have
your
a $40
problem
million
is this.
contract.
Your problem is this: the players you have now. In order to get a star player, even if you trade the pick with Murray, you trade the pick with Capella, whoever you traded with, when you're going for a star player, you're taking back more salary. So if the plan is for the Hawks, if the priority is for us to stay under the tax, you're not going to get said star player. Let's use Karl Anthony Towns. How much does Cat make next year?
49. That's Murray and Bogdanovich and that fifth pick. That's right there. You're taking the same, Demar. You're taking the same money. You're just consolidated around bigger
Minnesota.
talent.
Why would if Minnesota is trading Cat to save money, why would they take back Murray, who's owed $120 million
because
over the
he's
next
$19
4?
million
And
less.
And why would they take back? Listen to me. If they take those players back, it defeats the purpose of getting rid of Cat. You might as well keep Cat because you're taking back that money. Bogey and Murray are not expiring contracts.
They probably wouldn't keep Bogey. They'll probably move Bogey. But with DeJounte, that's a point guard who they need long term. He makes $19 million less than Cat, so I'm saving there. So I get a valuable draft pick.
You still paying the tax.
The problem with Minnesota isn't the tax. The problem is they're at the hard cap next season. If they don't do anything, they have to get off of a big contract.
They don't have to. They don't.
Unless Alex Rodriguez.
Let me go clear this right now. Let me clear this right now.
I don't think they are.
Let me clear this right now. Minnesota does not have to do nothing if they don't want to. I don't know why people keep saying they don't. If they wanted to keep Cat, they could keep Cat.
Demond, ain't they salary cap what 200? What's their cap?
No, the highest salary right now is the Clippers. They at $200 million.
Prime example. What you already broke it down to them so many times already, Demond.
But Demond, they're not. The ownership for Minnesota in 40 and 30 years has never went into the tax.
They've never been in first place either.
But what I'm telling you is this. Let's stop saying Minnesota has to do. They don't have to.
I'm just going off of history. History says they haven't went. The owner
hasn't
went
into the tax. Minnesota was on top of the Western Conference, Matt.
Even with Kevin Durant. Not Kevin Durant. Even with Kevin Garnett.
KG. And how long ago was that? He got traded when? Huh?
20 years ago.
So you telling me right now that the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are they first? They're either first or second in the Western Conference. Right. You telling me if they make a good run in the playoffs,
if they make a good run, all bets are off. But
that's what I'm saying. So let's stop saying Minnesota, they don't have to do nothing. They don't have to.
But you also anticipated, even with them being successful, that the owner is going to want to pay that. Even Boston owner talking about.
But you're anticipating that they won't pay it though. What's the difference?
Because the history says that they won't. The history says their owner.
Well, Matt, how come when I use the history, when I use the history of our ownership, people tell me that don't matter. When I use the history of coaches, people tell me that don't matter. But now all of a sudden, the history of the Minnesota Timberwolves matter.
Because we're talking about money. And
no, man, because you said the same shit. And that you could you keep switching sides, bro.
I don't understand how you got confused. Somebody else said then you got an issue with it. Come on, man.
All I'm saying is this, man.
Come on, man. Glenn Taylor has owned the team since what, 92? He's never went into the luxury tax ever.
It's irrelevant.
But so Matt, when I tell you that Tony Wrestler never been into the tax, what makes you think he gonna go into the tax now?
Because he has a 28, 29-year-old son.
I'm sorry.
So when I tell you, but when I say Minnesota could go into tax because they're actually winning. You say that you disagree with that
because it's two separate motives, Damon. You're talking about
no, it's not. Our owner
is. You're talking about a guy. You're talking about an owner in his 70s.
We are worse, Matt. Because our owner in his 70s,
Minnesota, irrelevant, Matt.
Oh, Matt. We are worse because at least Minnesota.
I got that, Damon.
Minnesota has been trash until this year. Trash. And they don't go into the
and Demont, it's not only speculation. They've put out that they're unsure about going into the tax.
Well, they put out the Hawks have put out that we're not going into the tax. They put out that the priority is to shed salary.
That's facts.
They put that out. That's what Chris Haynes put out.
Hey,
when they reported on the Murray trade.
A-Rod partially owns Timberwolves now too. Yep, you're right.
So hey, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, man. I'm gonna go ahead in the stream because we got the watch along at 6. So, family, everybody who tapped in, salute the Foot, Matt, Solution, Darian, and salute Larry and Ashley for tapping in that on the panel. Salute to everybody in the chat. We'll be back live. I'll be back at 6:35 for the game. We're about to get a good 4 weeks of no Trey Young. We're about to get a good 4 weeks to see if Landry feels. If Coach Quinn can actually coach.
Right.
No, that
He
motherfucker.
about to go on vacation too.
Well, we about to see. So, hey, salute to everybody for tapping in, man. I appreciate y'all. Hit that like. If you ain't hit that like button, hit that like button. It's free. You ain't gotta do nothing but click it. And we up out of here, man.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Hopefully both know things come around. That's when I feel like I'm safe and sound. Why does it have to be that way? Every single day I feel
my shit ice cold, Trey Young. And you know I wear my heart on my sleeve. You hitting all the reads. Pack your shit like you finna leave. I go and hide your keys. Put you in position to win. Bless you without a sneeze. Bust you down in on the VV. Yeah, we was getting cheap. Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs.